Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we have a repair to do on the hay baler. We've gone through it, done a lot of checks, getting everything ready for hay season, but one thing I want to do is replace the trip arm bushing or bushing wheel. I talked about this in a different video, but basically the bushing that turns or moves the trip arm. So I'll show you that here in a second. I'd mentioned in a previous video that we were getting an inconsistent bale length. Even when it was making a nice bale, sometimes we'd get a shorter bale, sometimes we'd get a long bale. So what I ended up doing is from our local New Holland dealer, I ordered, you can't see it in here, but inside where this trip arm rides, it's called a friction disc, I believe is what it was on the part list. You can see it's almost like a toothed wheel in there. So I ordered one of those. I was gonna order a trip arm also, but the whole trip arm here, this piece, I think it listed for like $110. So I'm gonna try just a friction wheel first and then clean up there is some grease and dirt basically on the trip arm. So I'm gonna clean that up, replace the friction disc and see how that works. If we're still getting inconsistent bell length, I will replace the trip arm. You see the part number here for the friction disc. It must be fairly common to be replaced. They had, I believe, 5 in stock. But 41521 is the New Holland part number. You can see it here. I'll get it out of the package here in a minute, but just small toothed wheel. So we should just have to take this nut off and then pull this side spacer or side piece off, and then the wheel itself should pull off also. But we'll get started here. It's nice working on this old equipment. Everything's standard, not metric, so that's nice. Move the trip arm out of the way here. Okay. I don't know how well you guys can see that. There's the old wheel. We'll see. It feels fairly smooth. Let me get the new one out. So there is a significant difference here between, I don't know if it's going to focus on this. So I don't know how well you can pick that up, but this is almost smooth, where this one definitely has. I mean, there's still some of the tooth, I guess, left on this one, but significantly different on the new one. So before I get this put back together though, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up this portion of the trip arm. I'll see how this works, but looking at this now, I'm guessing I'll end up replacing this trip arm also. It just looks like, let's see if I can get the camera in there a little better to show you, but where the mating or matching tooth marks or whatever you want to call them would be, they're pretty much all worn off. So I guess I should have torn this apart first to look at it, or just went ahead and ordered a new trip arm, but we'll see how it does. We're gonna bail here in a few days, so we'll see how it does without it, but I'm guessing we'll go ahead and we'll end up ordering a new trip arm. right, that's all there is to it. Just to replace that friction disc at least. The trip arm, I'll get the camera in here. Looks like it's held on by one nut here, and then it would come off. So that also looks pretty easy. We'll see. Like I said, we'll probably end up having to replace that. I'll report back after we bale hay at the end of this week. See if this made a difference, and then we'll decide whether we're replacing the trip arm. But it looks like we probably will. But I'll report back on what kind of difference this made. It's pretty straightforward, pretty easy to repair. So I should have done this sooner, but we're getting there. We're getting the old equipment in pretty good working order. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit the like, the subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one.